And now I'd like to introduce Institutional Relationship Manager with Ascensus, Artie Hollingsworth.
Thank you for having me. So good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining in. Today we'll be discussing adding the 529 to your employee's benefits package. What I do is on behalf of the broker-dealer who administers one of the state-sponsored college savings programs, I interface with business and community and even individuals to talk about the benefits of a 529 plan and just educate the community on adding those college savings options into their life. So thanks for having me today, and hopefully we have an informational and educational session. So we have two overarching goals today. Basically, again, just to provide you guys with a foundation for understanding college savings plans as a voluntary benefit to help your organization, help your employees reach their college savings goals, and support the strategic mission and goals and values of your organization if you are into holistically embracing your employees and offering them some mutual benefits. I think this is a great option to add to your portfolio. And then again, to help your organization offer that college savings benefit. So we'll talk about the selection, implementation, and administration of 529 plans and just the ease of adding those again to your benefit portfolio. So our agenda today, we'll go through a brief overview of voluntary benefits. We are often familiar with our standard benefits, health insurance and dental insurance, but voluntary benefits are supplemental things that you can add to beef up your benefits package. We'll talk about financing higher education. I have a background in higher education from a recruitment and academic standpoint. So we'll talk about the cost of financing higher education. Some of you guys are keenly aware that educational costs are continuing to rise. We'll delve into that a little bit. Overview of 529 college savings plans, and then again, selection, implementation, and offering those plans at your organization. And then we'll wrap up with a summary and some additional resources for you to take forward. So first, voluntary benefits, an overview of our voluntary benefits. So some of you guys are familiar with, again, our standard benefits, but as you can see at the blurb at the top of the page, we're into this age of customization where everyone wants things specific to them and their needs, especially in their workplace. So voluntary benefits really adds into that, how folks can customize different HR plans to support the mission and goals of your organization and the mission and goals of their employees. So some of those voluntary benefits will include FSA accounts, short and long-term disability, long-term care, auto insurance. I do a variety of benefit fairs at various organizations around town, and they're bringing us in specifically to talk about the 529 college savings plans. We do specialize in financial literacy, financial aid, and obviously saving for college. So informational workshops will be happy to come out to your organization and talk to your employees specifically about these types of things. So why do we want to offer these? From entrepreneur.com and our research is saying that employees absolutely want them. They relieve that financial pressure that employees can experience, and they are cost effective for organizations to add these in as a voluntary benefit. You can look at the stats and the facts and figures that show a vast majority of employees consider work to be the foundation of their financial safety net. And then skipping down, 70% of employees say customizable benefits will increase their loyalty to their employer. So as a employee retention strategy, the addition of voluntary benefits can, again, assist your organization in retaining its top-level employees. And it's a bragging point, obviously, for your organization as your employees will go out and talk about how great and wonderful their benefits package is at your particular workplace. So again, a couple other blurbs. Providing those voluntary benefits to employees can boost your morale, keep employees satisfied with their benefits. We talk about the financial stress that employees can experience with working with different organizations. So if you can provide them with these types of supplemental things to provide a more holistic approach. And then I do a variety of wellness seminars. I remember I was doing one here in Las Vegas with one of the large-scale marketing organizations, and I am sandwiched in between a workout facility, a gym, and then a dental office. And someone says, well, college savings, well, what does that have to do with employee wellness? Well, I said, well, mental health and then financial stress that people can experience with just wanting the best for themselves and for their children and families with saving for college. So it is a stress reduction tool to add to your toolbox in terms of having a financial plan that includes college savings. So financing higher education, again, I said I came from an educational background, so let's talk about the cost of college and why this is important. Parents want their children absolutely to have access to higher education. From a recruitment standpoint and in my background, I sat across the table literally from thousands of families over the years who've told their kids all the right things, get good grades, listen to your teachers, do your homework, prepare yourself for higher education. And when that time comes where they're admitted into a college or a university and you're sitting across from either the financial aid office or the admissions person and you're talking about the cost that families are going to incur, mom and dad kind of has that deer in the headlights look when they have not set aside any money for that instance, or they just did not have a plan or unaware that college was that expensive. But people do believe, 89% believe that college is an investment in a child's future, so we're saying all the right things, but as you can see, we say about 50% or 48% of families are saving for college, but are we doing enough to support the things that we're saying? So college can be a gateway into a better future. We understand that the difference between lifetime earnings for a high school graduate versus a college graduate, a person with a bachelor's degree, can be over $1 million in that lifetime, which provides a significant amount of buying power and has a significant amount of increased earning potential with the advancement of that bachelor's degree. So education does pay, and education is important. But college costs continue to rise. As you can see the bar chart on your screen, the difference between a 4-year in-state public institution like a UNLV, a UNR here in the state of Nevada, versus a 4-year private institution, let's say, for instance, probably like a USC, our partner, a little bit west of us in California. Those costs continue to rise. So if you look at the trajectory over the next, our chart goes out the next 18 years. So if you have a 1-year-old right now, you can see how necessary it is to prepare yourself for those rising costs of higher education. Savings versus borrowing. I think this is an interesting chart that I talk about when interfacing with different families on just the granular level of speaking to people about the importance of college savings. So let's say, for instance, you are into an institution that's going to cost you about $100,000 for that education. As you can see on the left, a family that saves, you're saving about $54,000 and you're getting that earnings, what you'll earn at $43,000 on top of your savings, you still reach that $100,000 threshold. Versus the family that borrows, that $100,000 will wind up paying back about $140,000 when you have a borrow-based mentality. And this is one of the things that I'm happy to be on this side of the college savings equation, where I am at the forefront of what we try to encourage as a culture change. The borrow-based mentality versus saving and investing-based mentality. A borrow-based mentality, by any means necessary. I myself, from a single-parent home, grew up in Detroit, Michigan, one of 5, and it was just my mom. So I had to go the borrow-based route. There was not a lot, in the budget to stretch and to save for college, obviously for all 5 of us and my mom, and she did the best she could. So I went the borrow-based route. But for my own children and working on this side of the table right now and with the knowledge that I've acquired working in higher education and college savings plans, I do have college savings accounts set up for both of my children. So when that time comes, 12 years from now for my oldest and 13 years from now for my youngest, we will have a significant nest egg set aside for them to tackle their college costs. So I encourage other families to do the same, and then when I go out to different businesses, I encourage businesses to support their employees to do those types of things. So 529 college savings plans. A lot of times folks are unfamiliar with what a 529 actually is and the administration of a 529, so hopefully we can clear up a couple misconceptions or do a little bit of an education upgrade for you. So what is a 529? It is a plan, a program designed to help people meet the rising cost of higher education through savings and investing, simply stated. It's named after Section 529 of the IRS Code. Generally sponsored by individual states. The state of Nevada does have a variety of different college savings 529 plans, including a prepaid tuition plan. It is absolutely flexible, convenient, simple to establish and maintain. Federal and state tax advantages. Probably a significant benefit of the 529 are the tax advantages in terms of tax-deferred growth on your investment and your savings and tax-free withdrawals if used for higher education, which we'll delve into that a little bit further as we press forward. Professionally managed investments, and it's a great estate planning and gift tax advantages also with the 529. So types of plans, as I mentioned, Nevada does have two plans. We have the savings plan, which is the one I specifically represent, the SSGA 529. No income requirements on that. It's directly sold to the public or sold through financial advisors. We have a couple different options here in the state of Nevada, and I represent one of the direct sold plans where you can go to the website, sign up for it on your own. Minimum contribution amount is $15, and we'll talk about that a little bit further. And then we have a prepaid plan. Nevada prepaid tuition has been widely popularized over the years here in Nevada. A lot of our state representatives and folks in leadership positions have taken advantage of Nevada prepaid tuition and have nothing but great things to say as I interface with the community, out and about. Hear nothing but great things about Nevada prepaid tuition, so it's definitely another 529 option that you guys could look into from the employer standpoint, adding in as a benefit package, or from an individual standpoint, seeing how it fits with your family's goals. So federal and state tax considerations on the 529, again, your earnings grow at a tax-deferred rate until you withdraw, and if you withdraw specifically for higher education purposes, tuition, fees, books, room and board, those types of costs, they are tax-free. States can offer income tax credits, deductions, and other benefits. Nevada is a tax-free state, so we don't have to necessarily worry about the income tax credit, but we do have another benefit, which is the Silver State Matching Grant. So if you're below a certain income threshold, you can get a match, dollar for dollar. Free money is always good for the contributions you make to your 529, so you definitely want to check that out. And then qualified withdrawals for higher education are, again, tax-free. Free from federal, state income tax, can be used for tuition, fees, books, room and board, supplies, equipment. And then another misnomer is, can I use it at technical school, vocational school, 2-year, 4-year? Absolutely, as long as the school accepts federal financial aid, your Pell Grants, your direct student loans, you can use your 529 at those eligible institutions, 2-year, 4-year colleges, graduate schools, business school, medical school, law school, technical and vocational schools. So a variety of different educational options to utilize your 529 benefit. And then the owner, you are the account owner of the 529 as you set that up, and the account owner can be anyone. You can be a parent, grandparent, aunt, uncle, friend, relative. You control the funds in that account, and you would set your beneficiary up as the person to utilize the benefits of the finances in that account. It can be a member of the family. You can change or adjust your beneficiary once a year. You own the account, and typically anyone can contribute to it. One of the unique features of the SSGA plan, which I represent, is called a U-Gift function, where you have a unique code for your beneficiary. So let's say, for instance, it's your child's graduation, or it's a birthday or Christmas. You can send an email out to the family and say, hey, instead of sending that toy this year or sending that card with the gift card in the mail, you can contribute to your son or daughter, nieces or nephews' 529 account. Makes it very, very simple and easy for the entire family to contribute. Let's say, for instance, you're a grandparent or you're an aunt and uncle. You don't want to take on the full burden of the total cost of tuition or college savings for your niece or nephew or your grandchild, but you want to be the grandma or the grandfather that bought books or just help that student reduce those costs a little bit. So you can open up an account on behalf of the beneficiary, pump some money into that account, have it grow at the tax-deferred rate, have it grow as a gift to that beneficiary to utilize for higher education expenses. 529 plan investments are professionally managed. Your portfolios are comprised of municipal securities, underlying mutual funds, ETF, or short-term reserves. A lot of folks who want to know about the financial products back in your 529, so there's that information for you. Most plans offer a range of investments. We have 11 different investment options in the plan that I specifically represent. You can do an age-based option or your individual portfolios if you want to customize it to meet your financial goals and objectives. You have a degree of flexibility within your 529, the investment management options in the plan that you pick. So examples of the age-based portfolios, I call this kind of like the set it and forget it, if you remember those infomercials back in the day method, where it'll automatically adjust your contributions and investment options based on the age of the beneficiary. So as the beneficiary gets a little bit older, you'll start off a little bit more aggressive. It'll move to a more moderate investment strategy, and then as you are reaching the age of where your child is going to go on to higher education, it'll move to a little bit more conservative investment options to seek to protect that capital in the account that you've set up, because you don't want to lose any money as your son or daughter, grandchild is 17 and they're going into college. you want to mitigate that risk a little bit, so they'll move into a more conservative option as they're ready to withdraw those funds out of that account. And again, you can customize the age-based portfolio and mix it between 50% age-based, and then you can do some customizable options with the rest of the funds in your account. So there are a variety of different ways that you can take control over your investment options in your account. So individual portfolios, you can see it goes up everything from super aggressive all the way down to mildly conservative as an income or asset protection strategy in your account. And you have this customizable option, this flexibility to go in and choose what you'd like to do with your money in that account and how aggressive you like your investment strategy to be. And again, not unique just specifically to our plan, but throughout all 529s, you have these options available to you. And when I'm out and about in the community, I often get these questions. Well, what happens if? What happens if my son or daughter doesn't go to college? What happens if they want to go, I set up this plan in Nevada, they want to go to college out of state or some other school, or they want to take a gap year, a couple years off, and those types of things. So again, it's a portable account. What happens if you leave your employer? You set it up through payroll direct deposit and you switch employers here in town. The account belongs to you. You can simply go in and change your direct deposit to your new employer. We make it very simple and easy for you to port your account and take your account with you. You can contribute via payroll deduction at your new workplace. Change your bank accounts if you change banks. So we make it very simple and easy for you to interact and interface with your account to not only adjust your investment options, but your contributions as well. Offering a 529 as a voluntary benefit if you're a business owner listening in to the webinar, or if you're in an HR function, this information is specific to you. So how do we get going with this at your organization? So first things first, 3-step process to add a 529 to your benefits package. First, you want to select a 529 plan provider. Then the second step is the implementation of that product, and then the third step is administration. Second and third steps, I know you guys are kind of wondering how difficult it is. It's very, very simple and easy, as you guys will see as we press forward here. So the first step, you can select single state employer. If you're a single state employer, you typically can select your home state's plan. Again, Nevada has 7 different plan options. You can offer state tax incentive for residents, for taxpayers who enroll. Again, we don't have to necessarily worry about that here in the state of Nevada. And if you're a multi-state employer, you can choose a single state plan. The SSGA plan for my particular firm is our national plan. Or you could choose one provider who offers multiple state-specific plans, so you have some options in terms of selection of your plan provider. Next thing is direct sold or advisor sold plans, or a combination of both. Again, as a voluntary benefit, you can kind of add in a customizable option where you do both. Direct sold plan is the one I represent, typically has lower fees than an advisor sold plan. Obviously, you're not paying commission to a financial advisor to set this up for you. You're going online and you're kind of setting it up on your own. You can contact your program manager, get in touch with a 529 plan specialist. That would be me. My information is available to you guys to reach out to me if you have any additional questions. Or if you want me to come onto your employer site and do seminar, staffing benefit fairs, what I do often, and then supplying materials to organizations, the HR options or HR functions to distribute out to your employees. What if my organization is too large or too small? Size is absolutely no issue. I work with, again, individuals up to large-scale employers. This is an industry-neutral product, so it doesn't necessarily matter what the scope of your employment firm happens to be. Everything from hospitals, school districts, colleges and universities, law firms, accounting, governmental agencies, religious organizations, anyone can take advantage of 529 and add it into their employees' benefits package. If you are an organization that works with families of children and a nonprofit, I'll be happy to come out and talk to you guys as well. So again, it's a universal product that a lot of people should take advantage of or can take advantage of. And then the implementation, just deciding how you'd like to do it. Most often, HR payroll functions are self-directed portals, so your employees can typically set this entire thing up on their own if they're using a self-directed payroll portal. ACH check deposit, we can do check and roster, and again, for HR folks listening in on the phone, no Form 5500 reporting, so all contributions are made with after-tax dollars, and each 529 plan determines the minimum each 529 determines the minimum contribution per paycheck. So nothing, you have to set it up. Your employees can determine how much they want to put in per paycheck or per month, and they would just submit those forms or set up their direct deposit to be handled accordingly. And then the employee takes on pretty much the burden of responsibility for establishing their account, authorizing the payroll direct deposit, notifying the plan and employer of any changes. The employer is just responsible for processing the contributions through the ACH or the check and roster, and again, no additional IRS reporting or is required. So implementation is very, very easy. Getting started, you can get started through online or paper-based forms. We have multiple different options to get your employees going and get their accounts set up. Employees can manage their accounts online. They can receive their statements electronically or paper statements. Usually, typically, minimal paperwork is required for HR benefits and payroll, so we reduce that burden or that stress on you to process an additional form. And then you want to introduce the benefit to your employer. So there's always a good time to promote college savings. Typically, my busiest season is through employee benefits season or in the fall when things are changing with your benefits package or open enrollment season. But any time is a good time to have me come in and talk to your employees or set this up. In January, February, folks are kind of getting started with the new year, making resolutions, making financial plans, so that's a great time. We're in that season right now. March and April, folks are thinking about ways to lower their taxes. May 29th is National College Savings Day, 5/29 obviously, and graduation season. So if your employees are thinking about gifts for graduation, if they're thinking about ways to help their son or daughter, niece or nephew, grandchild fund their college education, that's a great time. Back to school time, again, folks are thinking about the future and their educational plans. September is National College Savings Month. October and November, employees consider and evaluating their benefits during the open enrollment season. And then December, in-state tax deduction deadline. If you are an employer that had a state tax deduction, a lot of folks are thinking about ways to reduce their taxes. So you want to use the available resources to promote the benefit. Ways that you can help with the implementation process is publishing articles in your company newsletter. You can link to our website or 529 resources on your corporate website. Place some posters up and flyers throughout your workplace. I do have those posters and flyers available. Send out emails to employees. Let them know that you have a 529 plan specialist coming on site, and they'll be happy to sit down and talk to them about their goals and setting up their accounts and the ins and outs of the 529 plan. We do have an abundance of literature that we can supply you with to place in new hire kits, and you can use a payroll stuffer in your to put those statements in there as well. And then again, call on me or plan expert to host informational sessions, round tables, or just an informational table at your website. I come out as folks are taking lunch or you have an employee break room, we can host those seminars as well. And then the administration, again, as I talked a little bit earlier, how easy it is to administer this program. The majority of administrative work is done by, the plan administrator. So your only real responsibility is instituting the ACH or the check and roster system if you go about it that way, and communicating with employees on an ongoing basis, which is keeping them aware of what options are available to them. And then as a relationship manager, I can help you with those other issues as well, the literature and then the educational sessions. So Nevada State Sponsored Plan, the one I represent, SSGA 529 plan, is only $15 to get started. So very, very low cost and affordable ways that families or individuals can get started with saving for their kids' college education or for themselves. No cost to get started, no minimum participation, after-tax direct deposit is the way you go about setting this up. No contract, no W-2 reporting, and the new 529 employer match, which we'll delve into a little bit here. So the new employer tax credit, if you are an employer, you work in an HR function, and you're looking to help your employees save for college, Senator Becky Harris 2 years ago now, sponsored a bill, Senate Bill 412, which helps employers receive a 25% tax credit up to $500 per employee. So a significant savings if you match contributions made to your employees' state-sponsored plans. And we have a variety of different state-sponsored plans. For more information on that, my information is on the screen. You can contact us at nevadis529.com or nevadisemployer@ascensus.com, and I'll be happy to come out and talk to you about ways you can get this set up for your employees and receive the tax credit. Obviously, our financial disclosures are here for you to read through. So summary, wrapping up, and additional resources. 529 plan summary, benefits for your organization. Just keep in mind that this is an easy feature for HR payroll departments to implement. Absolutely an employee retention strategy. Differentiates your benefits plan from your competitors, adding this in. No additional cost to reporting, just to recap that. Complement to your 401k or other employer-sponsored savings programs. Again, as you can help your employees develop and find ways to more effectively utilize the income that they do generate with working for your organization, it reduces that stress that employees can experience. It enhances your other education related benefits like tuition reimbursement. If you are one of our great employers in the state that offers a tuition reimbursement, this is an excellent supplemental piece. So benefits for your employees, you can introduce this to parents, grandparents, and others as an easy way to save for higher education. You can actually start a 529 plan. Even if you don't have kids, you can start it in your own name and then add children or add beneficiaries at a later date. Low cost, easy account enrollment and online management. Account owners can gain that tax advantage. Again, the advantage of the 529 is tax deferred growth and tax-free withdrawal if you use it for higher education. And then your portable account structure means that the account owner can contribute to it even after their employment ends. So they take that plan and they take that account that they set up with them to their next employment situation. Additional resources, here's some websites for you guys. The censuscollegesavings.com, my organization, How to Save for College, a fantastic website. Tips and strategies on savingforcollege.com, financial aid or finaid.org. Different resources are out there for you guys to go online and get some additional information. These are just examples of our websites of censuscollegesavings.com, howtosaveforcollege.com. Learning a little bit more here, different plans, different resources that are available on our websites. Wrap up with our financial disclosures, and lastly, any questions, try to, in respect to the time, the half hour that we have on our website, try to kind of blow through that. I know it's an information dump, so hopefully you guys can rewind the recording and play it back for parts that you need more additional information on. And again, I'm local here in Las Vegas and available for you to reach out and ask any questions specifically or even right now.
Well, thank you so much, Artie. We really appreciate you coming today. And again, if you have any questions whatsoever, you can feel free to type them into the chat box in the bottom left corner of the screen, or you can unmute your line by pressing star 7 if you'd like to ask a question. This is such an interesting program to me. How long has this been around?
529 has been around since 1996. And here in Nevada, we were a leader in the prepaid tuition 529 plan, and then our plan here has been active with the state for, I want to say, 8 years.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then how would then your child go about and actually receiving money for their education?
So when you're ready to receive a disbursement from your 529 account, you would just contact your account plan, and you can have a reimbursement check sent to you. Let's say, for instance, you got the tuition bill, you wrote a check, and you paid for it. You want to reimburse yourself out of your 529, or you can contact that plan and have those funds distributed specifically to the university.
Okay, great. Perfect. Well, it doesn't look like we have any more questions, but I want to thank you again so much for being here. And if you do want to contact Artie personally with any information or any more questions, feel free to reach out to him. His information, I believe, is on one of the slides that we had shown. Or you can reach out to the chamber directly and we'll connect you to him.
Absolutely. I'm here as a resource for you guys. So thank you guys once again for having me, and hopefully you guys have received some good information today about the tax credit and 529 plans.
Thank you again, and we hope to see you next week when we're going to be talking about presence and analytics to boost your bottom line for your business. So thank you again, and we'll see you next week.